it's me again for the second of today's videos, and now we're on Namibia. As in 1478, the Portuguese named Barcelona reached what is now Namibia, but the Europeans showed little interest until the 19th century, as there was a desert along the coast. However, in 1884, Namibia became a German colony, and at first, the Germans showed little interest as well, but the number of German settlers increased until 1904. As a Herero, people rose up in rebellion, but the Germans kind of brutally suppressed the uprising, as all colonial powers do. As a Nama people of Namibia began a guerrilla war, but in 1907 they had been defeated again with great brutality still. And in 1915, during the First World War, the South Africans captured Namibia as a due share border, and after the war, former German colonies were given tied powers and called mandates, and Namibia was a British mandate, and it was to be administered by South Africa. And in 1966, SWAPO, Southwest Africa People's Organization, began a long guerrilla war within Namibia, and finally in 1988, South Africa agreed to allow Namibia to become independent, as a constitution was written, and Namibia became independent on the 21st of March 1990. So it's kind of relatively late. As yet, the economy is still poor, but it's growing steadily, as they depend heavily on exports of minerals, and the population is about 2.4 million. And Namibia is a country in southern Africa that gained independence from South Africa. On the 21st of March 1990, the San, Nama and Damara peoples, who were indigenous inhabitants of the country, as later Bantu immigrants arrived on the country during the Bantu expansion, and since then the Bantu people, known as the Ovambo people, became major inhabitants of Namibia, and their language Ashiwambo is spoken by them, is the most widely spoken language in the country. As Namibia was occupied by the German forces and was a colony of the German Empire from 1884 till 1915. Yeah, that bit you already know, as it was mandated of the UK by the League of Nations and was administered by South Africa, and during this time the Afrikaans and the English were made official languages of the country. In 1948, the apartheid regime was also applied in Namibia. After years of unrest, Namibia obtained full unrest from the rule of South Africa in 1990, as Namibia has a current population of about 2.1 million, and is scarcely populated to the vast Namib Desert, occupying a large part of their territory. But despite the sparse population, Namibia has a rich linguistic diversity. The languages that belong to the Indo-European, Khoisan and Bantu families are spoken within the country. As during the apartheid regime of Namibia, there were three languages: English, German and Afrikaans, which were designated the official languages of Namibia. But after they gained independence, the new government of the country allowed only English language as the official language, and mentioned the same in the constitution of the country, as language is now used as government administration of the country and as medium of instruction in school and universities. And however, the schools of Namibia are facing a shortage of teachers proficient in English language, as it reveals that 98% of the country's teachers lack sufficient training in the language. But it's like there are many other languages spoken, as Ashwimambo is spoken by a majority, about 48% of the population of Namibia, especially the Ovambo people settled in the area previously known as Ovamboland, as the language is also spoken by the people of Angola. and has about 1 million speakers in total, which translates into, both in Angola and Namibia, as about half of what would be about half of Namibia's population. As migrant populations of workers from Amboland to other parts of Namibia also speak the language in their homes. As a Koekoi language is the second most popular spoken language in the Egyptian language of Namibia and is spoken by about 11% of the population. As the Afrikaans language has about the same percentage of speakers, and about 10% of the Namibian population speak the Hero language and the Kwangali language, and several other languages are spoken within the country, a small percentage of the Namibian population, like the Bantu languages like Fere, Kohe, Yei, Tazwani, Butkushu, and the Kushin language like No, Kungiko, U, and Oe. And as mentioned above, English is the official language as the language is spoken by less than 1% of the population as their native language, as 45% of the population, mainly the Angolan community, speak Portuguese, and among the white population, about 60% of them speak Afrikaans, and German is spoken by about 32%. 7% English and 1% speak Portuguese. So yeah, so not many. And then there's, going on to legends, there's Aiseb or Hatsei Aibeb, who is saved from a monster which had caught many travellers in its pits. And according to oral tradition, the demon sat beside his pit and mocked anyone who passed by, as he challenged passers-by to throw a stone at him, as most of the time they did. And even though the stones would bounce off him, he would use this opportunity to catch a passerby off guard and throw them into his pit, as Aiseb eventually overpowered the demon, saving the world in the process. As Aiseb is also highly revered because the moon and the stars are said to have risen from the beast, as he saved the animal world by removing lions' nesting in trees, and fish from the desert. As the grave of Aiseb is said to be in different locations, either along walkways or near waterholes, as the graves are called Haitzi Aibeb, as meaning the grave of Aiseb, a deity, as the travellers have since then always placed stones and other offerings on the graves. Anyone visiting the graves is expected to show respect upon leaving, and upon leaving, you should never turn back. So yeah, there's Namibia for you, and I'll see you. Bye for now.